Disappearing Acts by Edward Miller. 1. She was a difficult person, too smart for academia perhaps, and reluctant to self-promote, and angry that she was unsung, unlike her acclaimed grad school chums. As Little Edie said, she was a staunch woman, and the world, or her particular subfield of art history, just didn't like that. She told me about the numerous friends and infrequent lovers who had wronged her, so I knew our friendship had a time stamp on it. But oh, how we would kiki and make fun of our straight colleagues, and how some of them deserved our bitchy ridicule after all the phobic behavior they smugly presented to us queer folk. She was so witty, and so lonely, too. Her lovely apartment on East End Avenue was covered in dust. Sometimes she wanted an audience more than a friend. Other times, I was her trusted ally, seeking and giving out advice, providing camaraderie. And then I never saw her again. Years later, I found out she died from cancer. 2. We had a stormy, silly romance. I needed something time-consuming to avoid focusing on my dissertation, and he certainly gave me drama with his erratic, if ardent, behavior. He wasn't working, and I noticed letters from the management company for back rent piled on the kitchen table. He lived in a doorman building, and I lived in a tenement. But I paid my rent, and had money to take us out to dinner at the diner. He'd been a model for Valentino and was trained as a classical singer. He was funny and loved to laugh. He loved to call everyone Miss Thing, including me. He planned to become a Helden tenor, but he wasn't quite ready, he said, to be on stage to sing heroic Wagnerian roles. So he continued his voice lessons. One day I noticed his back had mysterious spots on it. He tested positive for HIV, and I tested negative. I pledged that I would stand by him no matter what. But then I never saw him again. Years later, I did a search on the internet and saw that he was married and teaching voice at a college in the state where his mother was from. 3. My mummy was a regal German-Irish feminist from the Bronx, a strong swimmer afflicted with polio when young. She was also a crybaby like me, and when we watched Old Yeller together, we sobbed and then laughed at each other. She cried, too, when Bewitched was interrupted to announce that MLK was assassinated. I tried to comfort her, but couldn't. No laughter then. Later, when I thought I was grown up, I started calling her by her first name. She smiled each time I did this, as if to say, "Call me what you want. I know you're still my baby boy, and no matter what name you use inside, you are calling me Mommy, and you always will. Mommy was your first word, and it will be your last." Oh, Jean. Oh, Mommy. I have so much to tell you. I have a husband and a dog, and I'm happy. Well, most of the time. I'm taking care of your house and its land, which is mine now, but it's still yours, too. And it turns out I'm not crazy after all, but the world is. In her last days, she was in hospice care in her rented apartment in Brookline. Though she was ready to be released from her shrinking body, she took a turn for the better, and I jumped on the Amtrak train at Back Bay to resume my NYC life, if only for a few days. But before the train pulled up to the Route 128 stop, my father called, sobbing. And then I never saw her again. 4. Sorry, but I refuse to sum up. Yet I must confess, I have attempted the disappearing act, too.